Hi, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast, and today's episode is an episode on what to do and not to do when you go off-road into the sand, and you'll learn from my mistake. We got some really good, funny, unfortunately at my expense, video on my from my truck and my expeditions yesterday. So we're gonna go over how to set up your truck properly, how to get out of those situations with some emergency modes your Tesla has. And I'm going to show you a video of me getting stuck that people took, that I took. And we're going to show you how to do this to your truck. It is not 420 today, but this truck is about as high as you can get. How does that happen? Well, we're going to show you that in just a second. So, some background. I took some pictures on the beach a couple months ago in the off season. I kind of got permission to be in North Myrtle Beach, where the sand is nice and compact, easy access by Ocean Annie's, and drove along the beach, no problem whatsoever in Baja mode. Now, I wanted some more pictures, so what did I do yesterday? I went down to the south side of town where I used to have a beach rental, Merle's Inlet, and get down over there to Garden City Beach, technically, get to the area where you can drive onto the beach if you're allowed. I'm not allowed, but the cops only come there twice a day, so I figured go on the beach, take a few pictures, get off the beach, no harm, no foul. So, drove onto the beach, took a few pictures, maybe 10, 15 feet onto the beach, spun it around, took a few more pictures, looked good. So what did I want to do? I want to get pictures closer to the water. Now it hasn't rained here in a couple weeks, which means the sand was extremely loose, okay? I was walking in it afterwards. I should have realized I should have tested the sand out first. My foot was literally getting engulfed by the sand. It was so just so dry. Plus they had some beach replenishment with the sand, so it was really, really loose sand. It was not compact whatsoever, okay? So I spun around and got a little stuck. I was able to get out, got almost to the top. There was kind of like a hill, a berm, and I just didn't hit it at a good 45-degree angle, hit it more like a 10-degree angle. And I got stuck, and I'm like, well, I'm safe enough away from water. I can try digging my way out. What should I do? And I was like, nah, roll the dice, Mark. Go in reverse, go back, to more compact, wet sand, and then just gun it and go up. Well, I did that, and I got stuck probably 5 feet shy of where I was. Again, not hitting a good enough angle. That's where the four-wheel steering, I think, hurts you more than helps you. Because whenever you turn those wheels, you're fighting the sand. So long story short, I got stuck. And yes, a lot of people laughed at my expense. I just sucked it up and I had to smile and just go with it because, hey, my mistake, I own it. So there's a couple of videos we're gonna show you that some people took, some pictures, and also video that I took. So we're gonna show you that right now. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to you more about that. Soft sand and the wrong angle and too steep of a slope and an inexperienced driver who shouldn't have been on the beach. A tow and a $500 fine ensues. As you can see, it was pretty embarrassing. A friend of mine said you should just wrap your truck and deny it was you, and then you can save face. But I'm not a pussy, okay? I own it. I flat out said on the post, yep, that was me, screwed up. What can you do, right? You know, let's go viral with it at that point. I mean, heck, I already paid $200 to get towed out. I paid a $500 fine because the cops did show up. So for 700 bucks, I might as well get some advertising out of this. And that's my plan. So some of the videos went viral here on Facebook and TikTok. I'm gonna share some more of them. Hopefully you guys can share them out and get them out there. Make fun of me, laugh at me, call me an idiot. Yeah, it was a stupid thing. Look, we've all done stupid things. Every single one of us does a stupid thing. Probably almost every day there's one stupid thing. It's just that it's not on video and people aren't able to see the mistake and laugh at you. So everyone had a good time. I'm glad I gave everyone a good time, but now I'm going to show you how to avoid that and also how to actually properly get towed out. Now, first thing I want to show you is just how high this truck is. Now we're going to have some screenshots here of how to actually get to this height. So this is basically called extraction mode. All right, when this shit hits the fan basically, right, and you need more elevation, you want to be in this mode. See how high the running boards are off the ground? If I wasn't in this mode, the sand would be right up into the running boards, okay? So the sand was up pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was in pretty deep spinning wheels. And just to give you some perspective, look at the difference in height from low to where it was with extract mode. That is a huge, probably foot difference right there. So keep that in mind. Doesn't look bad now because I hosed everything down. Drove probably 40 miles, hosed it down, so everything blew off, but it was ugly. So, a couple things. When you're in Baja mode, you get two extra height settings, okay? So normally, with your settings, you've got your low, your medium, your high, but in Baja mode, you actually get a very high, and then there's even an option for extraction. Extraction is this high. Extraction is as high as you can go simply to be towed out, okay? When you're getting towed, you're gonna wanna make sure you're neutral. Now, if there's a way you can do it from your screen, it's just very convoluted. Just go straight up to the top where your hazard is. You have your park, reverse, neutral, drive. Just stick it neutral that way. My problem is, and also too, a word of advice. So I've got the hand show running board on here. This attaches to both tow hooks in the front. Now, I didn't have the sockets to go ahead and remove the bumper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the size bolt, ratchet I should say, for and I think it's a 17 millimeter socket for removing the bumper, okay, so that they can use the tow hook. Now, what I was told, that the tow hook isn't as strong as you might want it to be, so a lot of times tow companies don't pull you out by the tow hook. So one of the ways to help tow me out was through the wheels. They went ahead and have these very durable straps, goes right through the wheel, and they double fold it, so it's a long piece and it's put in half, and they put that half through, so it's double whatever, double strapped, and then they pulled it and they had one in each wheel. Unfortunately, the passenger side winch snapped as they were pulling it. Luckily, it didn't hurt anyone or do any damage. But remember, it's a 6,700 pound truck being towed, against the sand on a hill. It was, you got a berm you're up against, you got sand you're plowing against. It's going to be rough. So the other way they attached. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here, and then, for lack of a better word, I'm going to call it a tie arm or tie rod, whatever. That silver arm right there that goes down to the wheel. They said that's also the strongest part of it as well. So they tied into there, and we gave it some gas, pulled it out, got it out, and once we got up that hill, up about 5 or 6 feet, I was able to drive it on the sand at that point. What I also did too, remember, I always tell you guys to bring your air compressor with you. So I lowered the air in all the tires, like 10 to 15 PSI. But these tires are so darn big that, I mean, seriously, letting out 15 PSI on those 4 tires probably took 15, 20 minutes. And it probably took just as long to fill it up with this. In fact, it pretty much toasted my battery. I had to charge my battery up after I was done refilling it, because after I came off the beach, I refilled the tires with air and drove home, which was another about 45-minute hour drive back. But first I stopped and I sprayed water all through here to get as much of that sand out. Make sure you get it out behind the rotors, you know, all underneath here, because, you know, I was buried pretty deep. So I did the best I could. I actually got sand inside my truck, so I came home, vacuumed the heck out of it. But like I said, we've got instructions here on how to get you into the Baja mode and then get you into the extraction mode here, because this is really what you're gonna need to get out of these situations. Knowing how to put it in neutral, knowing how to raise it properly, and then again lowering it, you know, getting out of Baja mode and let it lower. But as you can see, this thing's probably 1.5 feet above the tire here. I mean, that's a pretty high lift right there. So you have to go through the menus. I'll show you right here. And you get through there, you go ahead and elevate that, and then when you get towed out, it won't be as bad. But don't get in those situations, okay? Before you go going out to the beach and taking pictures in the sand, send someone, or you just park your truck and go out there, okay? And walk in the sand and just see how compact it is. If you're walking, your foot's getting buried as you take a step, it's too dry, and it's just not gonna be conducive to it. If you're able to walk in it and your foot doesn't get buried into the sand, it just stays on top, you're probably gonna be okay. But always let out air in your tires, okay? Drop it a good 10 to 20 PSI probably, maybe even more. Yeah, I kind of goofed. Not gonna lie, kind of goofed. Knowing some of the things like putting it in neutral, I forgot about the top changing gears. So basically I put it in car wash mode thinking, well, car wash mode puts it in neutral, right? But it also lowers the height, right? So yeah, I was fumbling a little bit. I wasn't thinking with a clear head because I was under some stress. You know, water looked like the tide was coming up. I just wanted to be careful about that. But $200 for a tow wasn't so bad. It's that fine that's gonna hurt. So I'm gonna post these pictures and these videos on TikTok and all the Cybertruck groups. I want you guys to share them and laugh at me. I don't care. Look at this fool. But go ahead and get me clicks, get me subscribers, get them to come over to Mark of the Cyberbeast, because you know what? This may be the best $700 in advertising I ever spent. Who knows? Folks, we got a spoiler coming in soon from cybertruckgear.com. Ooh, can't wait for that spoiler to come in. We've got FedEx delivering it. We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. And we got more stuff for you this week and next as we come into May. And then really, I mean, we're here and we're summertime here at the beach, so I can't wait. I may even shoot a video of how I bring my jet ski and my hitch hauler on back out to the launch and launch my jet ski off my Cybertruck. So I'll do an episode on that as well. Folks, appreciate you joining me today. Yep, laugh at Mark today. Yeah, Mark's an idiot. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. Join me again tomorrow.